So you had the physical testing today.
Oh yeah, it was hard in this heat, man.
Well, let's go sit over here.
Yeah, sure.
So now, Joe, now I understand that you were diagnosed with type 1 diabetes just a couple years ago at the age of 20. And how was that for you then, you know, already coming into your adult years and then getting this diagnosis, which is life-changing?
I mean, it was difficult. I was diagnosed at 18, literally finished my exams, 2 weeks later, diagnosis, basically. Had to adjust to everything. Like, my mum was great. She'd read up on everything for me, and like, she was a real help sort of at the start, but then I was sort of essentially thrown into the deep end, straight into uni, different city I've never been to.
So were you already feeling symptoms when you were in your exams?
I wasn't quite sure what was going on, because I used to play like a lot of competitive hockey, but like I was doing less, and like every time I did something, I would feel just so unfit. One day, yeah, my parents are vets, so we just did this like test that you do, just like my dad had one in the back of his car. You just do it for horses and stuff.
Yeah.
Like a little glucose test.
Yeah.
Did that, it was really high, went to hospital the next day.
Wow.
And yeah, I guarantee I've got the highest blood sugar diagnosis out of anyone at the camp.
What was it?
54 millimole.
It's incredible.
Thought basically as soon as I'm out of the hospital, I'd never be able to have sugar again. So I basically had this like litre of chocolate milk the morning before I went to the hospital, because I was like, this is the last like sugary thing I'll ever have. Had the whole thing, went in, felt fine, but then finger stick, 50, 54.
Jeez.
And there you go.
And so after that diagnosis, what were your immediate challenges besides just projecting, being like, I have to start university in October, I have to be, you know, ready, prepared for all this. Now I need to also be learning a completely new thing.
I've always been like someone who like really identifies with sport, and I didn't think I'd be able to perform like at a top level and achieve what I have like previously.
Then how'd you find the hope then in your situation to start working towards it?
Yeah, so basically I was just sat like in hospital bed with my laptop, sort of like searching up like athletes with type 1, and then there was Team Novo Nordisk.
Yeah.
And I was like, because my dad's a big cyclist.
Oh, cool.
And I thought it was just like amazing that there was like a team that's basically competing at the highest level of cycling, just made of people living with type 1 diabetes. I thought that was like the coolest thing ever, and like, yeah, from that moment, that's something that I just really wanted to like get involved with and just become a part of in any way that I could.
Wow, that's fantastic. And so, you know, the way you perceive the management and what's available to you versus at this point, a couple years later, do you feel like there's more advantages, disadvantages, things are progressing, degressing? How's it been?
I think people are definitely getting more educated about it. That's something that I've tried to be a part of as well, and educate the people around me.
Oh, that's great.
That sort of thing. It's amazing to see some of the type of technology that's coming out nowadays. Closed loop systems right now and stuff. It's really exciting. I'm someone who's quite interested in technology, like especially things that can help make like glucose management easier and stuff. So it'd be amazing to see what it's like in 10 years, because it's already progressed like in the 2 years that I've sort of been like observing and being part of the community. So it would be amazing to see the things they're doing then.
So, you know, how have you been able to intertwine living with diabetes into your personal life and finding identity with it and moving through life with that?
So the way I think about it is it's definitely like not something that I let define me. I think it's important to stay on top of that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And just, accept your situation and kind of try and move forward with it in the best way you can. Just like keep on learning, like talking to people around you. That's why a camp like this is brilliant. Like, I'm always walking around, I've got my notepad and got notes with what all the pro team are saying and stuff. I've had some great tips for glucose management from them and stuff. So.
Oh, that's awesome.